Well, hey food lovers, it's your girl Christina Nicole. I'm back and better and I'm ready to cook together. Welcome back to my studio kitchen. And today we're making sugar cookies. As you can see, I was just sifting a little flour, salt, and baking powder, getting ready for our sugar cookies. I have my butter pre-softened and we're gonna make the best sugar cookies you've ever had. Now, I wanna say that they're the best, but I've also never tried this recipe before. So, stay tuned. Guys, like always, the recipe will be in the description box below. Gather your ingredients, sift your flour, and let's get started. Now, first things first, in any creaming method, you cream together the butter and the sugar. So we're going to do the butter a little bit and then add that sugar up in there. Guys, it should look light and fluffy when it's done, like little clouds you can just bounce on. Mix, 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 mix. Now it's time to crack our eggs. You see that? You just crack it open, but that was two-handed. Let's take it again, one-handed. Ooh, ah. Now we're going to add those eggs in there and make sure they are mixed in until well incorporated. I did them one at a time to make sure you get that egg all up in there. But wait, there's more. We add our vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons worth. Pour, pour, and mix that up in there. Okay guys, we're very close to the final stretch. Make sure you clean the sides of those bowls. Get ready for our last step in the mixing process. We're going to add that dry ingredient mixture, you know, the flour and whatever else we put up in there at the beginning. I don't even remember right now. So we're going to pour in half of our dry ingredient mixture, our flour, our baking powder, and our salt, and we're going to mix that in. We're going to do it just until incorporated, guys. Do not over mix at this step. I'm telling you, you do not want to over mix. Now we're going to add the other half of our flour mixture and mix that up in there as well. Mix, mix, mix. Mix, mix, mix. Mix, 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 mix. Now you gotta get up in there, get your hands dirty, form some balls with that, play with it. So first things first, use a bigger bowl than I did. I should have used the bigger bowl, but that was also in the dishwasher, so yeah. But yes, what we're going to do now is make this into like a ball just with your hands, like so, and we're gonna put it in a plastic wrap. I'm going to divide it in two. To do that, we're going to put it in plastic wrap and we're going to wrap that and stick that in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Now, there's a lot of things you can do during that 2 hours. You can make your icing, or you can go wash your hair. That's what I'm going to do. So, that's a lot of time. So you just wrap that up, stick it in the refrigerator, and you're good to go. See you in 2 hours. Preheat that bad boy to 400 degrees and let's go. Okay guys, it's been 2 hours. Of course it's been actually more than that because my hair takes a lot longer than 2 hours to wash. It's a whole process. But we're rolling out the dough. I'm squaring it off because I did leave my dough in there a little bit longer than I should have, so it's a bit harder and harder to work with as a result. So I'm just trying to push it out on the sides with my hands to even it out. The way I push out the sides is just kind of a hack that I came up with when I'm trying to roll things out and it's starting to fall apart. It's crumbling, so I just start to push it back together. There was too much flour there, of course, so I had to brush it out. We don't want to dry out our cookies. And then once it reaches this stage, it's super easy to roll out, so we just keep rolling and rolling and rolling, 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 and rolling. Now that we've rolled it out to about a 1/4 inch thick, we're going to start cutting out our cookies. And so you try to keep the cookies as far out on the outside as possible so you can get the most cookies out of the first batch. These are going to be the nicer cookies. When you have to bring the dough back together, it does get harder. You use your spatula to pick up each piece and place it on a parchment-lined baking sheet. With the remaining dough, ball it up, wrap it in plastic wrap, and stick it in the refrigerator so it can cool again, because you working with it does heat up the dough and make it harder to roll out. Stick those bad boys in the oven for 6 minutes and enjoy some cookies. That's it, boys and girls. The sugar cookies are done and they came out amazing. For a first time recipe, I must say I outdid myself. It's crazy. But stay tuned for the next video. I am going to show you how to make these sugar cookies just as pretty as this. Of course, I'm going to show you the royal icing recipe. And that takes a lot of time, and it's whether or not you have the energy to give it as much as you have to give it to make it this pretty. These cookies came out amazing. They're not super crunchy, but they're nice and soft and a mixture of both. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, follow. See you next time.